Who knew that the guy who talks to fish and wears that weird outfit, even weirder than Superman, would go on to be the last holdout and the end of the DC movieverse? Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. 2 words. Well, 3. It was good. This sequel picks up a little while after the previous film. Our resident Hawaiian is, at least I think he's Hawaiian, Maori. Our resident Maori and his dad are still living in the lighthouse. He's drinking less, taking care of a kid, and doing king stuff, which is boring, until Manta shows up, the pirate whose dad was killed by Aqua in the first film. Only he's got some new weapons and a new silent partner. Some ancient evil that is bent on destroying the world, of course. So now it's up to Aquaman to team up with his former enemy to stop an even worse foe. And overall, this was pretty good. Jason Momoa still kicks butt as Aquaman. He's definitely stoic when he needs to be, but also is a jokester when he wants to be. And he wants to be a jokester a lot. And Momoa's laid-back performance, coupled with his positive dude bro attitude, not negative, but positive, really helped to flesh out his character. As for his evil brother, he's less evil and more of a stuck-up jerk. And he goes through an arc which was actually sorely needed. We start to see that he's not truly evil like certain characters that show up later, but he's just raised a certain way to the point where he's just too much of an aristocrat. He needs to be more of a commoner. And over the course of the film, he does. He finds that place in himself, and well, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say his arc is very satisfying. And the villain, the return of Manta, or Black Manta as he's known in the comics, although actually he really is black, so that'd be redundant calling him Black Manta. He's still cheesed off over the death of his dad, rightly so. This was before Arthur Curry was a superhero and back when he was a vigilante and didn't value life as much as he does now. So his machinations, when they get the silent partner backing them, well, let's just say he crosses a line. And while you want to see him redeemed too, it doesn't look like that redemption will happen. Though he's not one note. He's definitely kind of layered, though not nearly as layered as Killmonger was. Though we do see where he's coming from. Let's talk about the mermaid in the room, Amber Heard. She's in the movie, but not nearly as much as she could have been. Her character is on full display in the best way possible, and thankfully, Heard is a professional in this film. The trouble she's been having off screen, it's not evident here. She still feels like the same character we grew to appreciate in the previous film. And while I do wonder what Emilia Clarke would have done with the character, I'm glad we got to see the last positive bit of Heard's acting chops before the end. As for all the side characters, like Momoa's dad, Tamara Morrison, and the scientist who decided to help Manta, they're great too. Not to mention Nicole Kidman. She's in this film less, but when she is here, she and the rest of the side characters, all very enjoyable. That's it for the acting. Bottom line, they were all good. As for the effects, wow. They really knew what they were doing this time. You feel like Atlantis is a real place. You know it's CGI, but it's convincing CGI. As for the other locations, you feel like you could actually go visit Aquaman's lighthouse, or this one jungle location where Team Aqua have to go to find out some stuff that happened. And then, of course, there's stuff at one of the poles. I'm not going to say where, but it's one of the poles that is totally believable. And there are animals that feel like they're out of H.G. Wells. And they're all believable. They're fully CG characters, fully believable. You will believe in this comic book universe, thanks to the CGI, which is vastly improved since before. The story overall, like I said, Aquaman has to use one bad guy to fight an even worse bad guy. And the first bad guy gets maybe an arc and everything in between. Overall, the story itself was pretty tight, and despite being a little over 2 hours long, it moved like quick, beat for beat, but not in a monotonous rhythm. It felt organic. And the fast stuff was easy to follow. The slow stuff was not boring. And overall, I think this is a solid end to the DC universe. And if they decide to reboot the whole franchise, maybe Jason Momoa could come back as Aquaman, or at the very least, Lobo. I've heard he'd make a good Lobo. So yeah, this closes the curtain on the DC universe in movies, and does it in a pretty epic way. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, while I do hate the ocean, I don't hate Atlantis. And I certainly did not hate Jason Momoa, even if he did look kind of silly in that getup. And also, redheads. Gotta love them, even though some are a little crazy.